Hi everyone, welcome to Liars Academy. My name is Layo. I am the founder of Liars Academy. If you have been enjoying my video previously, welcome back. And if you are new on my channel, welcome. Please ensure you subscribe and you like my videos. During the course of the week, I posted a topic in my IT audit community, and someone said, "Hey, Layo, could you please help us do a detailed video on this?" And so that is why I'm doing this video today for this topic. In this video, I am going to be simplifying two very important concepts every IT auditor should understand: the difference between SOX 302 and SOX 404, and also the COSO framework. These concepts are very important, and they are the ones that help explain why organizations build internal controls. We've been talking about testing of controls. These are the concepts that make us understand why there are even internal controls and why we as auditors we test those controls. Once you understand this relationship, you're going to get a better understanding of IT audit. It's going to feel logical and instead of feeling, confusing. Before we go ahead, let's even talk about it. What is SOX? We are talking about SOX 302 and SOX 404. What is SOX? Why does SOX matters? SOX stands for Sarbanes-Oxley. Sarbanes-Oxley Act. It is a regulatory act, and it was introduced after there was a major corporate scandal, such as the Enron scandal, WorldCom scandal, where companies manipulated financial data due to weak internal control system. So the reason why SOX was established is to ensure that companies can maintain strong controls over their financial reporting. Why? Because financial processes and reports rely heavily on IT systems. So as IT auditors, we are evaluate IT general control just to ensure that the systems that produce these financial results are reliable and that they are accurate and also that they are secured. Okay, that's 302 now. SOX 302 focuses on management certifications where senior executives such as the CEO and the CFO, they must certify that their company's financial statements are accurate. They must also confirm that internal controls are in place and that any fraud or any control weakness have actually been disclosed or detected. In a very simple way, it means that the management of these organizations are taking responsibility for the integrity of the financial reporting. They are the ones that are doing the sign of that, yeah, we have checked, we are confirming that, there are internal controls in place and that, any fraud or mismanagement has been detected and, disclosed. And then now let's go to SOX 404. What is SOX 404? SOX 404 focuses on evaluating internal controls over financial reporting. If you've been hearing ICFR, that is the internal control over financial reporting, where management must actually assess whether their controls are effective and also auditors are independently testing those controls. And this is where most SOX and IT audit work happens. IT auditor, we review and test controls such as access management, change management, IT operations, just to make sure we are ensuring that all the systems supporting financial reporting are properly controlled. So that is what SOX 404 is about. At least you should have a basic understanding and know the difference between SOX 302 and SOX 404. Again, for recap, SOX 302 is just management certification, whilst SOX 404 is focusing on evaluating internal controls over financial reporting, ensuring that management can access that their controls are effective. So now, what is the relationship between SOX and IT audit? Many of the financial processes are relying on IT systems. Financial statements or financial reporting does not come out of the blues. They are relying on systems such as ERP platforms, accounting systems, payment systems. If these systems are not properly controlled, financial data could actually be inaccurate or they could be manipulated. And so that is why, as IT auditors, we review IT general controls just to ensure that the systems supporting the financial reporting are secured and reliable, like I mentioned. And that's where we have, the IT general controls, the ITAX on that, but we are actually checking just to make sure that all the systems that are producing the financial reporting or systems that they are accurate. Okay. And then let's go to the COSO framework. COSO is a framework that most organizations use to design and evaluate internal controls. We have seen that some 404 requires that there should be internal control. So COSO is a framework that regulates, making sure that the every organization design and evaluate their internal controls effectively. Like there's a framework you must follow for your internal control. It helps provide a structured approach for helping organizations to identify risk, implementing controls, and also monitoring of those controls. So many of the SOX programs are built around COSO framework. But trust me, the number of years I've been working, nobody is going to come and tell you quote section so of COSO framework. But you must know there are 5 key components of the COSO framework. As an IT auditor, you must have a very good understanding of that framework and at least the 5 key components. And that is what I'm going to be walking you through today. The first one is the control environment. It reflects like the tone at the top. Like it's kind of reflects like the organization's culture, the organization's ethics, and the management's commitment to accountability. If the leadership of an organization emphasizes strong governance and integrity, definitely the employees are more likely to also follow the strong control practice. So, what is the control environment? The ethics, the leadership, it's a governance and accountability. And this is what forms the foundation for strong controls. The next one is the risk assessment. I've talked about risk. Risk assessment involves being able to identify and analyze the risks that could impact financial reporting. So organizations are able to actually evaluate, where errors or frauds could occur, and then they can design controls to reduce those risks. I've discussed in some of my previous videos and posts that as an IT auditor, the 3 main things you should have good understanding of: understand risk, understand, controls, and then, understand how you're testing. So risk assessment, being able to evaluate and say, okay, here, there's a possibility that there could be an error or fraud, and then you are designing controls to mitigate those risks. Okay. And then control activities. When we are talking about the control activities, as one of the 5 key components of COSO, it is referring like to the policies, the procedures that reduce risk. Okay. So for example, a good example is approvals. Are there approvals in place? The system, is there access restriction? What is the change management process? So there must be like policies and procedures in place to reduce the risk. And many of the IT general controls would fall under this component of control activities. And then we have the information and communication. This part of the COSO framework ensures the right information reaches the right people at the right time. Every employee must understand their responsibilities, and the management must also receive timely information about, the control performance. There must be an hierarchy. And this is what helps in supporting effective decision making. And it doesn't end there. We have the monitoring. Yes, the controls are in place. You've done risk assessment. You have put control in place. Everybody is communicating properly. Then the last part is monitoring, which involves like reviewing the controls regularly just to confirm that they are operating effectively. They continue to operate effective. That's your test of operating effectiveness. It could include internal audits, management reviews, like ongoing control testing. That's why, like, you do there's a control frequency you are testing and monitoring. Is this control still operating effectively? The way it was designed. Okay. So, and this is one of the things that strengthens the control environment. Now let's look at this. Why does this matter for IT auditors? Why are we talking about SOX? Why are we talking about COSO? as an IT auditor, even as a beginner IT auditor, when you understand SOX, the definition like I've gone through, you understand what COSO is talking about, you will be able to understand the purpose behind the control you are testing. Even if you're a control tester and you're just doing IT general control testing, you should be able to understand the why. And that's why I'm saying I am teaching you the concept, the structure, the foundation. When you understand the why, and you go to interviews, you will be able to see, nail your understanding. Even your interviewers would want to see that you understand the relationship between risk, between controls, and financial reporting. Why are you testing controls? What is it? So you should have a good understanding of SOX, the COSO framework, why you are doing what framework are you even following to test your control. Okay, it will help in your interview and also in your real work. What are your next steps? Make sure you continue learning IT audit with structured guidance. Don't go when you, like I said, when you understand the foundation and your concept, you'll be confident enough to approach your interviews and do your interviews, properly. Have a good practical understanding of SOX and ITGC. Ensure if you are exploring a career in IT audit, structured learning can help you move from confusion to clarity. Understanding these concepts step by step makes IT audit easier for you to grasp and be able to apply in real work environment. I will be starting my next IT audit fundamentals cohort in March. Please click the link in my bio to join if you want more in-depth explanation of IT audit to enable you kickstart your career. Details are available in the link in my bio and also on my website. If you have not followed me, if you have not subscribed to me at this point, you are wrong. Please ensure you click the subscribe button up above, and I am going to see you in my next video. Thank you very much. Have a blessed week ahead.